One.
Hey everybody, listen to the Combo Wombo podcast. I'm Chipmunk, with me as always, the Mr. Gimpy.
Damn, dude, what are you rushing for, brother? We're here for a good time, not a long time, brother.
Trying to get through it, dude.
It's like,
this year's done. It's over.
No one, dude, it's not an auction, brother. It's not an
auction.
Let it
out. Let it go, dude. 2024 is over. 2025 has just begun, dude.
I was trying to start it early.
Bury the past, dude. Let the past die, dude.
But you know what, man? I'm doing great. Just to get into the question. So,
dang, dude. I didn't even ask that, dude. That's all you.
You were gonna.
Nah, bro.
All right. Fuck me,
really,
then, I guess.
All right, yeah. Just answer the questions that nobody's
brother.
asking, dude. What's up with that?
It's because I didn't have a sip of the coffee yet. That's why I was talking to your ass before we started.
Yeah, all right, dang.
But
Getting lost, dude. In that Java beans, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying out some new beans. I got like an array of different beans, so I'm just trying different mixes to see if I like anything better.
Up early, flicking the bean, dude. I got you.
Sometimes you gotta be, dude. You know,
get that Java in you.
It's the way you got to start the day. And what are you sipping on? Nothing? You usually
I got coffee, dude. I got cold brew. I got a solo cup, dude, like an American movie, dude.
All right. I'm not gonna fault you with that. Is that a green solo cup? You got a holiday themed solo cup?
Maybe, dude. 'Tis the season, dude.
'Tis the season, man. 'Tis the season. But
relax, my guy. You attacking the color of my cups, dude. Just not me by the color of my solo cup, by the content of the cup, my guy.
Yeah, right.
No, the content within the cup, dude.
I got you. But
there might be whiskey in there, dude. You don't know. A little Irish hello, a little good morning, dude.
You're right.
Get the Baileys out.
Start here before I forget, because we always get off track. One of the big things that happened in the indie game space and the game development spaces is itch.io was taken down by
shut it down, dude.
Funko, actually.
So it was like their third-party vendor, right? That was checking for IP infringement.
Yeah. So long story short, I did some research onto it. This happened about 2.5 weeks ago. I didn't want to bring it up last week because I didn't know enough about it. But Itch was taken down for about 24 hours, and it was because Funko hired a third party called brand something, like Brand Clone or Brand Guard. I believe it's Brand Guard. And
do you think this is
they use
commercial stunt, dude, to try and get the name out there?
No. They use AI to scan sites for possible copyright infringement. And apparently, know if this is it, a user on Itch uploaded a game or project using the Funko IP, which is interesting because Funko just licenses IPs. So I'm curious how that works. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, someone made a game about Guardians of the Galaxy, like Star-Lord's the main character. It's Funko, we own Star-Lord. No, you don't. No, you don't. Marvel owns Star-Lord. You know, something like that. So I'm curious.
Marvel.
I'm curious what IP they're talking about, unless they explicitly made something that said this game is starring Funko Pops. You know, so I'm curious on how.
Then I feel like some of that stuff might be protected under parody law and stuff.
Parody law, yeah.
Especially if there are student works
they're not
as well.
making money off of it.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I'm saying. Like if they're not charging money, it's like it's like you're getting into the thick of it. But I guess it was already kind of triggered off whatever back end Itch had. And the game had already been removed by the time they.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah, so they sent it the thing to the registrar, which holds the IP, which is what took down the whole site. So they didn't
and by IP
send
he
it to
means a web address, not intellectual property. So same
internet protocol.
Yep.
So instead of going to the user who posted the stuff or itch.io who's hosting the stuff, they just went to the.
Might I add, has explicit instructions for if they find copyright infringement to contact them, and they will handle it. Yeah. So this AI, this AI program that they're using just went straight to the registrar and said, "Take it down."
I'm sure there's a user somewhere who's just all right, sounds good, and just hit an OK button. You know, some guy.
Yep. So
or girl, last time I think a big thing like this happened, it was a girl. So I don't know. I'm not going to discriminate.
But man, it's
a lady.
So
a boy or a girl.
Yourself, kind of being the champion.
Maybe they
AI
don't.
I
identifies that could be a they or them or a zim or a zer, dude.
How do you feel about uh, AI having that much autonomy to
It's just
send
the
a
tool,
cease and
man.
desist and essentially take down a
I'm
website.
for it, dude. I want these. Yeah, I want all these horrible corporations to shoot themselves in the foot
Okay.
and continue to do so because they're like thinking this is going to be like a quick, easy replacement for real people. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm all for this, dude. I think this is the only way. I just saw like another news report where it was like a chat bot and this, I believe it was like an air conditioning unit like broke and like they were supposed to like replace the coil, but like part of the contract was like, or we can just give you the cost of the unit, which I think was like $3,000. So the guy was like, all right, I'll just take the cost of the unit then. And it was like, all right, we'll send you a check for $3,000. As they contact the company, like, oh yeah, that was the AI. We didn't want to do that. And he's like, no, motherfucker, like you already agreed to it. Yeah,
right,
it's part of the contract. You already agreed to it. And they're like, no, we're not going to do that. And then they like got like the media involved in there immediately. Like, yeah, no, that's of course we're giving you the $3,000. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
we'll talk to our vendor about fixing this AI thing. So yeah. So according to like the Better Business Bureau, and so you are liable or responsible for what your AIs are doing, your rogue AIs. It doesn't really feel like it because like a lot of this stuff doesn't have necessarily like a monetary value assigned to it yet. Mm-hmm. But like I don't know, like how much value is 24 hours of like HIO? Like they could turn around and sue like this brand awareness company for that, Like, hey, you've costing us business.
To claim it's a malicious takedown attempt,
so
which is a thing that happens. There are entities who go out and just cease and desist everybody. They do it to YouTube videos, which I was a victim of that, where someone claimed a song that I fucking made was theirs, and I was like, oh hell no. So when I disputed it with YouTube, I actually got a person, surprisingly, and I was like, here's the song that I made, here's all the files, here's a video of me making this song, so fuck you, I do not get a copyright strike, and they removed it. So but I as a person who just was uploading shit, I was like, the hell,
scary, dude. So getting all this like legalese and notices and shit. You're
like, exactly. So but the fact, and that's why like when we're creating stuff, man, like for me when I'm doing it myself and I plan on like posting it somewhere, I'm fucking like taking pictures of what I'm doing, taking pictures of like each step of the way, which is probably a bad thing because it like put the fear of God into me, but in this time of just litigation and just fucking people claiming shit, you got to protect yourself.
A lot of bots, man. A lot of now they've got AI powered bots, which is like another level of stupidity.
True. And we used AI for our Game Jam game, but we fed it stuff we made, and it's just like, okay. So and we're very explicit.
We're
about
making
that,
decisions at the end point, at the beginning point. Like, it's more of like an assist along the way. But
exactly.
Like I said, man, like a lot of these companies just want to be like the whole kit and caboodle. They don't want it to be like an assist. They don't. They're like, we can use this to replace. This would be so easy.
So
it should sue them, dude.
I could see that, or I can see just saying fuck it and just letting it go away.
Nah, dude, you can't let it go, dude.
Hey,
this is good, dude. You can't. This is it, dude. You can't. This is a problem, bro. You can't just keep letting this shit go, dude. I know this shit happened to like Google as well. Like I think there's like a Google software that somebody was like uploading shit to, and like they had like their little side software taken down as well for a bit. So that happens like every level of company. Is now like, and this is just the beginning of it. So
I think it goes to show that at this point in time, AI is not a replacement, but a tool, a helpful tool. It's like using a wheelchair to help you get around town. You know what I mean? You're using it as
replace cars,
not as a replacement. So I think that brand guard company knows, okay, now you have to have some level of human intervention.
Legs are done, son. From now on, 2025, we're all on wheelchairs, electric wheelchairs.
Here I am walking like a sucker.
But they're played out, fun.
Yeah, so that was the bit of news that affected indie devs, and
I don't know, you got Funko Pops, dude. You love that shit, dude. I've never liked them.
Never liked them. Getting a little physical memorabilia for things that I like is cool. I like collecting stuff. Usually
I prefer like statuettes, figures.
Yeah, those are those the cost of statuettes and figures are usually much higher. Like
Yeah.
the Godzilla that I have in the background that you can kind of see. It's Shin Godzilla, my favorite version of Godzilla. It's a NECA figure,
Dang.
and that thing was like $40 or something like that. Which
Yeah.
you know, for me, I'm not like a huge collector. I like things, but I'm not gonna like go out and search for things. So
Sure.
like a Funko being like $10, whatever, you know, I'll grab it.
Yeah, there's always
But-
like a couple of Funkos I'll look at and be like, man, maybe I should get that. And I never do, but I like the idea of it.
Yeah. I do. I like wasting my money sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Funko's the devil. I'm not gonna be a hypocrite about it. You know, I clearly buy Funko shits behind me, but you know,
It's useless. It's like
I
the
just think
physical
that the-
embodiment of like trash, dude.
yeah,
Like,
dude,
it's
some
just, like,
people
literally
you know,
landfill
collect other shit. You know, like
vinyl
stamps,
garbage,
okay,
dude.
you know,
Yeah.
yeah, it is vinyl garbage. I admit
This
to
is the
it,
shit
but
they're gonna dig up in 100,000 years, dude. They'll be like,
They
"What
go,
is
"What the
this
fuck?"
ancient
Yeah.
relic,
Like-
dude?"
like the vinyl garbage behind me. That's Kazuya from Tekken. That's Rita Repulsa, Star Lord, Killmonger, Ash from Army of Darkness. You know, Sweet
Yeah.
Tooth. It's a lot of it too is like game brands that I grew up with, or cartoons, or you know, live action shows like Power Rangers stuff that I never had stuff from. You know, I always wanted a Power Ranger toy. I had like one. I had the Red Ranger. You know,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
as an adult, I can buy the shit that I want. Why not?
I
You know?
always wanted like the huge Zord. They made like remade a. Did you ever get that? The drop like a $300 Zord at one point. There was like
That's
all of them.
sick.
And,
You know, I've seen that where it
Yeah.
actually connects like Voltron and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, no, I've never had that. I don't know
I don't know
anyone
if they
who
still
did.
sell it, dude.
Like as an adult, I may if
yeah.
I see that, you know, I may pick it up. You know what I mean? Just
They
I don't even like
re-released
Power
it
Rangers
at
like
one
that
point,
anymore,
but-
but it's still cool. You know, so
I almost did, but I was like, it's like $300, dude. I, like, I don't like it that much, dude. Like, it's a conversation piece for sure, dude.
Definitely. But yeah, man, I don't think there's anything wrong with collecting stuff. I think just really the people are like, oh, Funko's horrible. They're big bullshit. I think the bigger thing is Brand Guard using like an automated system is the bigger thing. But sure, Funko. I've heard
Man, you're
just
still worried
shitty
about. I
shit
was thought we're getting into
Funko's
like gift
done.
giving and shit, dude. I was like, I've never really been big on like holidays or like birthdays or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't really do. And like as an adult, people are like, oh, you're gonna blah 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 buy anything. I'm like, no, dude, I just buy shit when I want it.
Yeah.
And that's I don't know. Like I'll do that. I think it's like off putting for a lot of normal people, normies. Because like
That
if I
you
see
don't
some,
like gifts or
yeah, and
Okay.
that if I see something that I think you will like, I'll just buy it for you and give it
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, why are you giving this to me randomly? And I'm like, oh yeah, it's sauce. I thought you'd like it. And they're like, oh, thanks. And they're like, I don't know, because there's no like, I'm like breaking the social contract and the social etiquette of like,
No, I just
you're not waiting for like a special occasion. You're like, yeah, man, every day that we're still alive is kind of special, dude. I just want you to have this and let you know, it's reminding me of you. And people are like, all right.
It's weird when you give people
Yeah.
like a cock ring though. You're like, what?
I just want you to know, man. I want you always
But no,
means
no,
thinking, dude.
jokes aside, I don't think that's a weird thing or a bad thing. It just, I think you can give gifts at any
different
time,
people,
man.
dude. Yeah, I don't believe in your weird fourth quarter propping up these fake pseudo businesses, dude. Like,
Yeah, I
live
mean,
by my own-
like you and I will exchange gifts throughout the year. Just
Yeah.
like Christmas sales happening, so it's cheaper to do it.
yeah, I usually just
like,
do
I'll-
digital gifts too. I'll be like,
Right.
Just
Like, I'll throw you a
through,
game that I want you to
yeah.
play that you probably won't buy for yourself, but I do
I'll
think
just
you'll
throw
enjoy.
people random games that.
Yeah, you do. You really do.
Look, here you go, dude. Check this out.
For sure.
I don't know. I like to get people off like the mainstream stuff, dude, off the teat of like the court pose, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, here's something from like an indie person, like even like art, like we're talking about like Funko Pops, like, like I was thinking, it's like, yeah, I don't even have like posters, and like the only posters and stuff I have are like from artists that I know, like buy their art from like their, get prints, and I'll be like, oh, here's like a print from like this like streamer or like this art, like a independent artist that they're just like doing this for the love of the game. I'm not like, oh, what's this big, brand or IP that I can, stand for in my living room, dude. I'm like, I don't care about that, dude. I'd rather have like, the story a little bit,
Sure. Yeah.
I think it's, and look, I know it means like, it's weird, right? Because it's all valuable to whoever's looking at it,
yeah. Yep.
it's all relative
from the beholder. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So yeah, I don't know. Like they have like some art here where you like I don't know how much this is worth, but like to other people, you'd be like, this isn't worth anything. But it's like, I don't know, this might be, a tremendous amount of money, dude. Like,
True. Like the stuff that I have, man, like I said, a lot of it for me is stuff that I wanted while growing up that I never got a chance to
Yeah,
get, you know.
you're
So now,
recapturing parts of
yeah, I'm
your youth,
recapturing the stuff that I
the
wanted, you know, like
magic,
yeah,
that
it
feel,
is, you
the
know,
essence.
and for sure. So like the Ryu Hayabusa wall cling behind me that's been here forever. Uh, my wife got that for me because I absolutely love Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden was my favorite game on the NES. You know, I had it. My dad sold our NES and all the games for to Funko Land for a Sega Genesis, which I love the Genesis as well. But as I grew up, I'm like, whatever happened to the Nintendo? And I could not remember the name of the game that I absolutely loved because I was like 5, right? So later in life and at around high school, a classmate was like going through their old stuff, and
Yeah,
she knew I liked games, so she brought everything in. She's like, "Hey, are these worth anything?" And seeing the case for Ninja Gaiden
like
just
triggered you,
reignited
dude. It's
that.
that
It triggered the memory. I
ratatouille.
was
You're like,
like,
oh,
and you know, I like.
you
Yeah, it
just
was
came in
definitely that
your
Ratatouille
pants,
moment,
dude.
you know. And then she saw like we weren't even like friends or anything. We were just classmates, like acquaintances. And she saw how much I like freaked out over that game, you know.
Yeah,
And she just gave it to me, you know. She's
yeah,
like, here you go, you know. So you know, we rarely talked. We rarely talked after that, but it was a nice gesture. And then I got emulated it. Didn't have an NES. Emulated it. Got it. You know, played through it.
dang,
All the childhood memories were ignited. You know, I beat the game as a kid, playing it as a teenager. I forget how goddamn hard that game was. And
yeah.
then I got to the point of speed running it. You know, so you know, childhood memories unlocked, and then
That
me
chick
being able
definitely wanted you, dude.
nah,
It's missed opportunities, dude.
no, no,
Yep,
no, no, no,
it's
no.
facts, dude. You can't handle the
But
truth.
you know, and then so then like now, and my wife, she'll go, well, if you feel like, just go ahead and get it. Why not? You know, she's like,
Yeah,
your life's short. So like the Geese Howard picture behind me, like Geese Howard's my favorite SNK villain. He's actually one of my favorite villains ever. And
yeah.
I found, and we were just scrolling through Etsy and saw someone used a picture of a goose in the Geese Howard outfit, and I thought it was so dumb, it was hilarious. So I have
Yeah,
a fucking picture of Goose Howard. You know?
it's bringing you joy, dude.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Yeah,
So you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with what you're collecting, man. Just you live for you. You don't live for other people.
yeah,
You know what I mean? That's where it is.
yeah. He's
But
trying to capture those moments, dude. Get that
exactly.
joy in your life. Like I said, man, just supporting more independent artists. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Fuck
sir.
these heartless corporations that are gutting out the workforce slowly, dude, and replacing them with these shitty AI tools that don't really work.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, dude. Keep on bringing in the AI. Keep on flagging all shit. I hope they get sued to oblivion and destroy, dude. And they
Yeah.
implode on their own hubris.
All right. All right. It's a little harsh, but
It's
well,
just, I don't know, man. I don't think they're
they're good.
thinking about. They're just looking at
They're not. They're not. They're
ledgers
looking at
and
easy. Yeah. Yep.
numbers. They're looking at like a spreadsheet. They're like, oh, this will make more profits. It's like, all right, yeah, think that, dumb bitch. Like, keep on thinking that.
Let me calm me down there. Let's get a little hostile. Let's
No.
flip gears here. We're gonna flip them. You know, it's end of the year. We don't like doing normal game of the years here. We usually pick what we've been playing because you know we're humans. We got jobs. We're regular
Damn.
people who just like gaming. We like making games. We like talking about
Yeah.
games. And I like playing games. Chip has famously said I don't like games anymore. So
Yeah, dude, I'm done with them, dude. They're played
our
out.
our games of the year may not be from this year. It's just what
Oh,
we liked playing the most this year. So Chip, I will let you take it away.
all right.
What is your favorite game
Oh,
experience of
man.
2024?
It's kind of all comes towards the end. I really enjoyed Quake 2, the RTX.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know, it was just really inspiring for me, like from just seeing like what it does good. And I was like, it really got me like thinking about like getting back into like, Trench Broom or level design in general. Or so I was looking at like back end engines and stuff. I've like been taking a break from all that stuff in general.
Yeah. Yep.
But I don't know, just playing that. And then the other game I've been playing a ton of, and towards the end of the year here, that aside from Hearthstone, was a Mini Metro.
Staple.
I beat that. It's just like a casual chill game where you're just like drawing these lines, and I don't know, it's an interesting game to like just enjoy. Like it's more of like a casual game, but it's like threads the needle and it doesn't overstay its welcome. I don't know, it seems like an incredibly hard game to balance and make interesting and fun. So I don't know, it's interesting from that perspective, but like it's like a relaxing just vibe. It kind of drops the ball a bit, where it's like, yeah, man, you're just here to have fun and like make these little train lines and stuff, and you're like, yeah, this will be fun. And then as like you're playing, it's like, all right, now like all the lines are overran. There's too many people. Like you don't have enough resources or lines. You're gonna panic, and there's like whatever X amount of time left before like we'll give you another resource or to balance this out, hopefully. And it seems like kind of auto generated. So I think when you do that, like it's damn near impossible to balance. So like I'd get into like these impossible wins like situations. Sure. Where like I'll like see something and I'm like, well, I guess I just fucking lose because I didn't get a bridge on my last upgrade round. Yeah. And like I have to cross a river, and I can't do that. So mini Metro, dude.
What's it available on?
I don't know. I was playing on Good Old Games.
Okay.
I think it's on Steam. I would be shocked if it wasn't on like Android or your Apple devices. Sure. It looks like a mobile game, and I don't know. I play it on PC though.
Nothing wrong with that. Sure.
It's like a minimalist aesthetic. It's just like lines and drawings. It's just a vibe, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Now, what about a miss of this year? Do you have one, or do you think that there's one that was just so trash? Really, well, yeah. Anything you
like
played?
A bad game?
Like, yeah. Anything like that?
No, man. I usually like. I've stayed off of like buying things day one. Like, like I've famously said, like, don't buy anything right away. Like wait at least like maybe a year. Cause like all these games and corporations have gotten into the habit of just patching shit to make it better. And then like if you wait a year, like you'll get like all the patches and stuff. If you want to call it like a miss, which you probably would, maybe Street Fighter 6, cause I bought it and I haven't played it yet. And it's just like sitting in my like Steam library.
Sure.
So I don't know. I've just been kind of lazy on it. I downloaded it and I'm like, I want to get like a controller to like really experience it. Like, they're all like kind of like in a box over there. And I'm like, I don't know if just that one extra step of like having to pull out, find a good controller, one that works, dude, one that doesn't like have any drift or anything. Or like what type of controller? Like I have like a random PlayStation 4 controller.
Okay.
So I have that. I have like some Xbox 360 controllers. I have like the Xbox S controller. I have like a newer controller. I have an older controller. I have like arcade sticks. I'm not sure if I want to like open that. I got a flight controller, dude. I don't know how I want to play Street Fighter, bro. It could be anything, dude.
All right.
Nice, it's just that extra decision points kind of ruin it for me, man.
For sure.
What about you, dude? Any big games this year? Anything you've been up to?
Yeah. For me, the game I've played most this year is Rocket League. I think it's been Rocket League forever. Just because, I absolutely adore that game. Car soccer, fantastic. So I'm not going to pick that as my game of the year, but, as far as like the big games, I do own Astrobot, which won Game of the Year at the Game Awards. Astro is an adorable character. He's definitely a mascot. I have not completed the game yet. I'm playing through it with my kids. We're all enjoying it together. They love Astro, so I can't in good conscience say, yep, that's it. What I can say is the game that came out this year that I am enjoying the most, that is legitimately occupying a spot in my mind, is Stalker 2. That game scratches that same like part of my brain that likes Tarkov and extraction shooters and stuff, where it's like that rush of getting out or going into a hostile territory, getting some kills and stuff, but it's a single player experience, I absolutely loved the original Stalker. I've said on this pod before that when I built my first computer solo with my dad back in like 2004, whenever Doom 3 came out, we built it for Doom 3, but Game of the Year in like 06, 07 was the original Stalker, and Professor put me onto that game. And I didn't get to play it till like a year and a half later, but that game took over a summer for me. Damn. Absolutely loved it. So going back to the world of Stalker and Stalker 2 and having it's so dense that and it's such like it's hardcore, but not overwhelming, to where I feel like daunted by the amount of stuff to do or the amount of like systems to manage. And I haven't beaten it yet, but it's been my favorite experience so far of 2024.
All right, man, you can't put me onto this. Maybe I'll look into playing it, because I've been looking at like maybe again like with the Quake and the FPS maps. I'm like, maybe I should make some kind of shooter, but like I've been struggling like like you said, like making like an interesting layouts or like fun AI to play against, like in a shooting arena type game where I'm like, I'm so used to just playing against people that like kill you instantly, where I'm like, I don't know how to make like AI combat fun. Like even Quake 2's like AI is like fucking trash. You like go back to it and you're like, man, this is very primitive.
It's the differences that they populate the screen with, which makes it fun. It's like
and even just like
that, so.
Just how taste and things change over time too, where it's like after playing like Counter-Strike and all this for so long, where I'm like, man, I really hate bullet spongy enemies.
For Quake 2. Quake 2 is definitely guilty of bullet spongy enemies for sure.
And I'm just like, I just want to like shoot and kill like 1 or 2 shots per enemy. 1 headshot, maybe 2 body shots, dude. Like
I'm gonna probably gift you Trepang 2. I think you'll.
The heck is that, man?
It's kind of like if you ever played Fear back in the day, it's
cussing on me, dude. You throwing some ancient
and I think
Indian curse on me, dude.
It's a single player game, and I think you'll actually appreciate it. It's not bullet spongy enemies, but it's a good time. But
I find like it's like the other like cursed design problem though. It's like because then it's like almost becomes like a platformer where like it's going to take me like 8 hours to make this content, and it's going to take somebody like 10 minutes to traverse it, or like 5. Yeah. So I don't know.
10 quality minutes is better than 20 quantity minutes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't think there's anything wrong with good.
It's hard to balance. True. It's a trade-offs you got to make, dude.
Yeah.
What about worst games, dude? You said.
Yeah. For worst games,
Stalker 2, big game, dude. That's all you had to say, dude.
Concord? Yeah, no. I never played Concord. It looked like trash.
You just
assumed it was trash. We gotta mention it at least once. But
I don't know. From the people who actually played it, said it was like solid.
Really?
Yeah, there's just nothing outstanding about it. It's like a bunch of generic characters and stuff. They're just like, this is a very competent, team-based shooter. That's it. And it's like, you need a lot more than that to like stand out in today's market.
Sure.
Don't disparage the game, bro. Especially if you haven't played. Like it looked like shit. It did look like green pea soup. It looked like oatmeal. And it played.
I think I could judge it just based on how it looks. I think to me it looked like garbage. To the greater public at large, it looked like garbage, and no one bought it.
It looked like some shit you would see in like a Walmart like $5 bin that's like overflowing. You ever see those game graveyards?
Do you remember in graphics cards where they used to have a fake game on the box?
Yeah.
It looks like that.
Oh yeah, dude, like a Voodoo 3 box, dude. You're like, what is this? Like, and like you're like. It didn't look like any game you'd ever want to play, but you're like, it's kind of cool that they did that.
Yeah. The game that's a miss for me this year is in early access still, so it has a chance to wow me as it gets made. But Fable, Intoxicated Fable, shout out to him, and I were excited for this game. Forever Winter. It has like this weird water system where you have to have it, and it's in real time. So if you don't have water, your like progress resets. It's an extraction game. It's supposed to be hardcore with like a forever war going on with giant mechs and giant robots and giant monsters and shit. It looks really cool. The game's unoptimized as hell. It's in early access. Yeah. Fable gifted it to me. I was excited to try it. I never really had time to dive into it, but yesterday, and I had a different game in my mind before this, but yesterday I had time because I had time to just do whatever I wanted. So I decided, I was like, hey, I've been wanting to jump into this for a while. I'm going to do it. So I jumped in, I played it, and the bugginess aside for like optimization, I know it's on early access and you get by it, but
that's why I don't play these type of games. Early access should just be illegal.
Like
to charge money for it, dude. Like, no, you're done.
The world is just not as interesting in practice as it is in screenshots. The missions aren't interesting to do. The Forever War, the AI is kind of trash. So it looks cool. Screenshots look cool. Videos look cool. The developers say the right things, but I just wasn't having fun.
Damn.
So that's a miss for me at this moment in time. And I feel bad because Fable gifted it to me because we were both excited for it. But, I got to be honest.
You got caught by the marketing, dude. They got you, dude.
Yeah. So
you got your foot in the door, and then you just like
they have a
right
chance
over it.
to bring me back, with updates, of course. Yeah. But yeah, and I think because I played Stalker, which does, what that game's doing, but in a single player thing, and yes, it has some Euro jank to it, but it's works and functional and makes sense, and the quests are well thought out, and you know the story's interesting, that I just going to a lesser game just, you know, shot it in the foot. So yeah, Forever Winter for me is the miss. Yeah, man,
it's a pass from me, dog.
But so that being said, with our remaining time here, what tool was your favorite to use this year? Because we are a game dev podcast. So any tool that you really enjoyed this year, even if it's just an engine.
I hyped up Lil JS a lot. I still enjoyed that. They finished up their game jam a bit ago. Yeah, it's just fun. Like, especially like if you're ever like wanting to get into that deeper dive, like if you're an intermediate or advanced programmer and you just want to, you know, peer behind the veil a little bit. This guy wrote this whole thing out where you can kind of sit over like for me, it took me like 2, maybe 3 weeks of just looking at like the code. But he said like from his endpoint, and he's like more of an advanced user. He's like, if you know what you're doing, it'd probably take you like an afternoon to like comb through all the code to like, kind of like understand like what the hell's going on.
Sure.
So yeah, I had a ton of fun just like going through there, reading like there's no documentation, but just reading somebody else's like code for an engine, like trying to understand like what's going on and like building stuff out of there and building like micro applications to do what I want. Like this is a very satisfying feeling. And like you probably get this a lot in game dev as well, where you have an idea of what you want to have happen and then you make it happen. Like there's like a bit of like a dopamine hit from that. Like every time where you're like, I want this, I want in my mind, I want like these slider bars that control these aspects of this for my game. And then you do it and you're like, fuck yeah.
Nice.
You know, what about you, man?
Sick. Yeah. For me, I don't know if I gave it to it last year, but LDTK. It's allowed me to
what the heck?
It's allowed me to just, as far as quick iteration and completion of stuff, it's just so quick, man. Just painting levels, planning things out. It's, if I don't want to go into the game engine and I just want like the world that's in my head to just come out quick. LETK, especially if you set up like the auto tiling feature and stuff, you'd spend the time. I've gotten better at it, and it has definitely improved my workflow quite a bit. When I was hardcore grinding game dev prototypes back in July to like September, right? I was I was messaging you like every day going, I was
you're doing like a demo like a week almost.
I was doing it.
Just like mini stuff, like a mechanic or an idea or a concept.
So that, and a lot of like the top down stuff that I was doing and the platform was LDTK mapped. So
you made like a key game, you made like an adventure game, an attack game, RPG type game.
Yep. So
demos, dude.
Yeah, man. So during that huge creative time for me, that tool was invaluable. So shout out to LDTK. You know, get at it. Absolutely loved it.
Pitter patter, get at her, dude.
So yeah, with that being said, that's 2024, man.
It's done, dude.
You know, we'll be back, after the new year. We're going to do our New Year's resolutions. We're going to see what we're going to work on. I have accomplished everything I wanted to do in 2024 from my New Year resolution. You know, the last thing on the list was to do a game jam, and we did it. So
nice. I don't know if I accomplished anything on my list, but you know.
Yeah, you can always go back and look at that episode, huh?
I might have just missed the whole boat, dude.
Yeah, you might have. But I wrote it down, and it's on my calendar. So every month I had like a notice,
quick reminders that you're losing time.
So I think that helped, and that's why in July I just like buckled down because I was like, oh, we're halfway through
the year. Now's the time.
You know, so you know what, man, I view 2024 as a success personally, man. I think
great
both
success,
of us
dude.
definitely improved in our craft. And
I never stopped, bro.
True, you have.
Actually, I've been stopping like these last few weeks, dude. I've been chilling the fuck out, dude.
Yeah, that's all right.
I don't know what I'm gonna do now. Like I feel like not burnt out, but just like I don't have like a big project or idea. Like, it's just nothing really coming to me. Like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like I become like a final Gandalf wizard, dude, where I can make whatever I want, however I want. And I'm just like, I'm good, dude. I never really had I've never been a huge idea guy.
Sure.
I can come up with I can take an idea and mold it, I can attack the finer edges of it and like turn into something. But as far as like whole cloth, just having a concept where I'm like looking at like the mountains in the distance on the railway and being like, what if a guy was jumping on that And you know, coming up with Mario like that, dude, I don't have that those type of moments, dude. My damn pretty pragmatic, you know.
Sure. All right, man. Well,
I need to get drugs, dude. Maybe this is 2025.
2025, get a bunch of drugs. But yeah, man, I gotta say, you know, dude, happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Legal weed is coming, dude. 2025, bro. This might be it, dude.
Sure. You're gonna be super creative.
Stoner chip, dude.
Stoner chip, he's coming.
Be probably less creative, dude. I've never met like hippies that are like really creative, dude. They're pretty. The kind of leeches on society most of the time, dude.
We'll see how it goes in 2025.
I'll just be
brother.
on a couch playing Quake 2, dude.
So we're back. We're back after the new year, guys. Everyone
buy some blacklight posters.
Safe, fun holiday season. Keep creating. I'm probably gonna try and use that X account a lot more next year. I say it, but I'm probably a lying piece of shit. On that being said,
listen to Mr. Cal, dude.
I'm Mr. Gimpy.
Chipmunk.
Happy New Year's, everybody. Take care.
Peace.